Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning in other parts of the world. And welcome to a fresh, brand new edition of the program, Ashford, Garley Live. It feels great to be back here. I know some heard the name, some heard people talk about him, but you've gotten the opportunity to listen to him this afternoon. Some call him the golden voice of Liberia, and somebody just endorsed me with a brand new name. They said, going forward, your name is Ashford, the giant that now you know me, one copy, Garley. In other words, there's only one Ashford, the giant Garley. And folks, again, our Facebook has limited me. I can't share my video. All right, so I'm asking you to kindly do me that favor. All right, invite a few friends. There's no reason why, we can have a lot of people listening, especially when we are giving you what you're supposed to hear. So we're asking you to please share the video. And today, when I saw British Radio go live in Liberia today, I got a little emotional. You know why? Because of you. You took time out and said, Ashford, I know you're overwhelmed with some of the responsibility that you have at British Radio, and I think we should step in. And the fact that you visit Cash App all the time and chip in, whether it's $10, $15, $20. And when I saw my technical director going live today in Liberia, I said to him, listen, the little girls that you have, please pick up students who are on their way to school. This is just our way of making some type of contribution to our brothers and sisters back home. The problem with gasoline, it's a serious crisis. This is not a child's play. This is very serious. Our country is in trouble. This government has collapsed. The fact that we're in a very serious trouble, and you have not heard from the president of Liberia, that alone tells you about his limitation, about his lack of knowledge of governance. Something has to be done. And those who call themselves the religious leaders in Liberia are not saying anything. When I talk about the religious leader, the imams, the bishops, the pastors, they will come and tell you, say, slow down. The chiefs, the zones, they will come and say, oh, you don't protest, you don't do this. But we are in a very serious crisis, and they can't say anything. Are they afraid of George Weah? Or George Weah medicine get too strong? There's nothing stronger than God. If George Weah has some type of juju, that juju will fail one day. One day that juju will fail. You cannot challenge God. The people in Liberia did not do anything to you, George Weah, for you to treat them this way. And folks, I am from a very poor background. And when I see my people suffering, it brings tears to my eyes. That's my weakness. I don't like to see people suffer. And whatever way we can do in our own power to help our brothers and sisters back home, we have to do this. And the only way we can do this is for you to help British Radio move to the next level. By that I mean, my technical director plans are to go to Badnersville. He plans to go to New Georgia. He plans to go to Kingsburg. He plans to go to Virginia. The way God business hustle. How can he do this? When I started the journey, it was just a one-man thing. you know what I go through on a daily basis? Sometimes the wife asks me questions, my man. The radio thing you're doing now, are you going to just continue doing the radio thing and no money coming from that and all that thing? And I said to her, baby, this is my passion. Money or no money, I will still come to talk to my people. In an event where I really have to step up, I will. And not to bore you with my story, at age 17, my wife, both parents were murdered. And from then I made that decision. I said, you know what? I would take care of responsibility. By the time we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, we had her 3 little brothers and our young daughter at the time to take care of. In that troubled Liberia at the time, we used to work 2 or 3 hours just to hustle to make it for the family. When the opportunity came to fast forward, we came to the US, and others were saying, oh, he now abandoned the woman, he will marry a white woman and stuff like that, but we didn't do that. I sent for her and our young daughter, and today our first daughter, when I met Eloise, she was in the 8th grade, I was in the 9th grade, that's 34 years ago, and our first daughter is 31 years old today, the graduate of Michigan State University, and she runs her own business. She just moved to New York with her fiance, and that's a blessing. When the housing market collapsed in Michigan, I was a little limited. A lot of you don't even know that I couldn't talk and couldn't walk after I got seriously sick here in America. And I asked God to restore my voice because I wanted to use the voice for a reason. And God restored my voice. And I moved to North Dakota on the oil field. Because nothing was happening in Michigan. When I moved to North Dakota, people that you see move on the oil field in North Dakota, it doesn't mean that they'll go and get oil field job right away. You got to start from the bottom up. So I was a flaker. I used to hold the flag in the construction zone and tell the traffic to stop when it's time for the traffic to stop, and tell the traffic to go when it's time for the traffic to go. I got to North Dakota, drove 26 hours. And when I got to North Dakota, Sunday night, Monday morning I went in and put in application. Tuesday went for interview. Wednesday I started making money. When you determine to do something, nothing can stop you. So I did the flagging for 2 days. The third day I got a construction job. And this is the man who just came from the hospital bed. And they gave me a job where I had to work something called the jumping jack. Jumping jack is that heavy machine that you will open up the concrete, or you will build up the concrete until the foundation, the dirt comes to a foundation level. The first 2 hours I did that job, then the supervisor said, I want you to go in your car and bring your car closer. I got in the car because the job was so hard, I wanted to quit. Then I thought about driving 26 hours. Then something came to me and said, Ashford, you really want to quit on Eloise and the kids? I was actually getting in the car to run away, to quit because the job was too hard for me. I never did a kind of job before, and this is a man who just coming from a sick bed. And somebody said, hang in there. So I sat down on that job. Folks, this is something real. I went through it for 5 hours. And the next thing you know, I got a call from the temp agency and said, Mr. Garley, we got another assignment for you. And this time, I was going to get my first oil field job. Patience sometimes can be a winner. So when she said, I got you your first oil field job, I said, can I leave now? She said, no, complete the shift. And that shift was the longest shift because I had to stay from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I completed the shift. On a Saturday, I took the Sunday off. Monday morning, I went to my first oil field job. And folks, you won't believe this. The first job I got on the oil field was the only job, because I knew how to get up in the morning and go to work. On the oil field, the only mall we had was Walmart. The place was so boring. If you are not strong in law, you become an alcoholic or you become a drug addict. To eat something, say a high. We used to see prostitutes come from Chicago, come from Florida, come from New York, come from Detroit, come from California, and go on the oil field. All kinds of bad things were happening on the oil field. And I had a job where you would work 14 days straight and take 7 days off. Those 7 days, you would either decide you want to come home to Detroit to see the family, or you will stay there. And some of those guys were paying $300 to eat something just for 30 minutes. I said, me, I will just hold it. And then after my 14 days, I'll go to Detroit and eat something, because I can't $300 to eat something down by. That is still, you know, whether the person found, the person found, whether the person overweight, the person overweight, you can do that. But I almost quit, folks. But when I got my first paycheck, the pain went away. You know what it means to make $6,000 every 2 weeks on the oil field? Within 6 months, we pay all the bills. Within a year, we bought a home. When I say we bought a home cash, where you ain't got no mortgage, you ain't got no rent. That's what happened when you can work hard and play by the rules. I am not a perfect human being, but I believe in hard work. I believe in treating people fair. When you do that, God will continue to bless you. There were times where I said, wifey, if you want to go to work, it will be your own choice, but you don't have to work. Take care of them, do what you have to do at home. And it is my responsibility to take care of your home. And growing up, I never saw my father asking my mom to chip in on the rent. I never saw my father asking my mom to chip in on the full money. Upbringing. I never owned a bicycle in my life. I never saw the time when my father bought me the brand new sneakers. I grew up in a society where I would take up diaper paint to patch my slippers, when I would wear pants, toner, where people would laugh at you because of the way you look. The kind of bully that went on in Liberia, people ain't kill themselves, people ain't die. You see the bully that go on in America, that's something. The Liberian people, they call it voking. But that bully 101, when they vote you one time, you say hello, your shoe pusher, a mob like this. If you even afford to wear the shoe, some people used to go to school with 10 toes. That's the kind of society we grew up in. And when I see my little son ask me, Daddy, can I go to Foot Locker? Can I get this thing? I said, take it. Not that I'm rich, but because I never had the opportunity. My father was concerned about feeding the home. My father was concerned about taking care of the wife and the children. That's the kind of society I was brought up in. To see my young daughter tell me, say, Daddy, thank you. Today she's 31 years old. She has become my retirement ticket. But she runs her own business. She's very successful. Some of the people she met, I never even planned on meeting them. The mayor of the city of Detroit. She has been on television stations, radio stations here in Michigan. She's the daughter of Ashford, Garley. Look up Tracy Garley She has a business called Culture in a Bowl. She's feeding the homeless in New York. She had a marketing consulting program with Pepsi. Come on. That's my little child. That's my baby. And the middle child is 18 years old, going to the University of Michigan. The last boy, 13, going 14. He wants to go to the University of Michigan as well. A multi-talented young man. He plays soccer, he plays basketball, he plays American football. Folks, it just didn't happen. And this is a poor young man that grew up taking bath in the outside bathroom, going over Do River there to Do number 2. When I went to Liberia a few years back to help in the media industry, people say, "Oh, why you come here and eating with the people in the same pen? You're eating here together, take time and blah blah blah." Because you come from America doesn't mean you don't associate with the people. Come on now, folks. I don't need to hold you my story. You have to be humble in life. God helps you. Don't turn the bite on where you came from. I have a few services that I offer, folks. And because you are friends and followers of Bridge Radio, I want to tell you firsthand some of the services that we offer. First of all, I am a voice-over production coach. In radio, we whisper, we don't scream in the microphone. Because there's something already built in. There's an inbuilt amplifier in the microphone, so we don't scream through the mic. I am a voice-over production coach. I do documentaries. I am a professional MC. I am also a media consultant. I can tell you how to establish a radio and TV station from the start to the end. And I see a lot of people praising Spoon TV Live. Have you come across Spoon TV Live? You know where it all started from? Somebody single-handedly went to Liberia when the owner needed somebody. I left Eloise and the kids and went to Liberia. Between 2016 to 2019, I went to Liberia anywhere between 12 to 15 times. Because this gentleman wanted my expertise so bad, and every other week I was in and out of Liberia. And to this Spoon TV, some of the guys, I recruited the entire staff, including the managing director. Some of the newer guys that come on out on Spoon TV, they don't even know that Ashford Garley was, in fact, the guy that established Spoon TV. I am not a fan of Eugene Fangon. I never met this guy before. I didn't know him from anywhere, but I gave him opportunity. And one of the things that he said that I appreciate was, I want to say thank you to Ashford Garley. Ashford Garley introduced me to radio in Liberia. Eugene Fangon was on the social media doing a video. I saw him, I recognized him. I said, my man, come and be my co-host. 2016, when I went to Liberia for the first time, within 3 months, Liberian Talk came second to the Coastal Show in Liberia, just within 3 months. It just didn't happen overnight. Besides going to school and learning radio and television in Liberia, I came to America and went to one of the best radio and television schools in the world. I just didn't have the opportunity to produce for Steve Harvey for 3 years for nothing. No. And even we did, we're humble. Working with Steve Harvey. That Look, still have it. Seeing him on radio, seeing him on television, and hearing him on radio is one thing. When that ball is off the radio, you don't want to be around him. Some of the things that come out of the mouth, oh, the boy is so vocal, but he doesn't mean harm. He's a good human being. He's a very good human being. Yeah. I want to bless God for you, our fans and followers, what you've done and continue to do for Liberia. We can pay you for that. But the fact that our technical director can go live today in Liberia, something that we started along with you, British Radio Africa. The fact that you get up every now and then and say, let me chip in a little something for British Radio. I don't even know where this is going. Some of you want to express yourselves, but you don't have the coverage. You don't have the balls to say these things. I was in conversation with my older sister earlier today. She said, Ashford, please don't go to Liberia, because some of the things that you say on the radio about this government. I was in Liberia on a child stealer. I went to jail because of my mouth. Even when I was released from jail, I didn't stop talking. So nobody can stop me from going to Liberia. When it's time for me to go to Liberia, I have investment in Liberia. I am building institution in Liberia, Bridge Radio, and that's why we call it Bridge Radio. We are building bridges. We don't want to burn them. At the same time, you cannot treat our Liberian brothers and sisters as dirt. My people, we have a president, George Manawea. We are in a crisis. He has not said anything to you, the Liberian people. Smart people that we knew associated themselves with George Weah, and they acquired as if George Weah's medicine is stronger than God. No, it is not. Having said that, folks, don't see okra and swallow bone. You can't hide your nakedness from bathing bucket. When God bless you, don't see that medicine. The chawa come, but then you see the crawfish coming from underneath the water, and you see the crocodile here sweating. Don't say that lie. Folks, please join me as we welcome my partner, the country correspondent, Mr. Habiba Clinton from Liberia. Mr. Clinton, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Ashford, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for the pieces of advice, and they're quite inspiring.
Bring us up to speed. What is unfolding in Liberia?
We got too many things on the plate, but let's address some of those major issues. The gasoline problem is a serious setback, and when it started from the onset, it couldn't be overlooked. As speaking, now people still in the street waiting for gasoline. Some people who are left on the lower counties, more especially drivers bringing in passengers. When you happen to come, sometimes you need gasoline to go back. Some people have been here for 2 days. Met a friend and even have to accommodate him last night, and he's been here for 2 days now. So it's out of a reality on the ground. Gasoline issue is not easy, in as much that the government of Republic of Liberia made mention that there will be an arrival of gasoline, emergency quantity of gasoline in the country, but they are not being specifiable. Some social group like the Economic Freedom Fighter just made a declaration that the president need to see.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, the president need to step in. That is, take something very conscious that will be able to address the issue of gasoline. If not, to give the president 2 good days to see how best they can ease down the gasoline problem. I'm talking about Economic Freedom Fighter, Emmanuel Gongwe. And if not, they're going to have a protest, which I saw today. There have been some deployment of the emergency response unit. A huge group of them were placed at the Derry Junction and other strategic areas. So we don't know why they're deploying them, but they're trying to ask the president to see his need to address the situation.
But Mr. Clinton, you are in Liberia. What are you hearing from this president? What is he telling the people? How soon can they bring this under control, especially the gas? Because I'm telling you, the ambulances are parked. People can't get around. Okay, the prices of local commodities will continue to go up because of the high cost of gasoline. You know, when you go to Banca and you hear a gallon of gas is $3,500, that is if you can find it. And go to Sando, $3,400 a gallon, that is if you can find it. The people of Nima County in Ganta, they striked or they protested 2 weeks ago. And they said, you know what? We are done. They are going to Guinea. They have stabilized the gasoline problem in Nima. Now they are thinking about distancing themselves from Liberia. Nima County is still want to have our own country because this government is useless. This president is useless. What are you hearing, my brother? What are you really hearing?
This president have not come up with any remedy. It relates to what we are discussing on the platform. The gasoline issue is a serious problem. As I said, they have made a declaration saying that there will be an emergency arrival of gasoline. We don't know the amount of quantity, but it will not be in a very special quantity that will save the country for 3 or 4 months. They are saying that emergency, but not specifiable quantity that will come in. But you should remember that this government have been irresponsible. I mean, irresponsible, like you put it. Shot its own self in their own leg. What am I talking about? I'm not being very fair to the Liberian people from the onset. How is it that the gasoline issue, what have been the cause, the established cause? Nothing have been like that, but being very defensive in the process because they have come to a flacking up, and where people now in the street continue to engage. We as administration blaming, shifting blame, talking about embarrassment. Of course, now they have come out to make a public announcement, becoming very apologetic. The Commerce Minister being very apologetic, and it was this then that they have come up with this statement that there will be an emergency. The children coming in the country,
well,
but they did not make no specified reason.
First off, people are feeling bad and angry already. Well, let me first say a big thanks to the chief patron for the month of February, Mr. Emmanuel Decola. Mr. Emmanuel Decola. Emmanuel Decola is in Liberia, and he's saying that he feels bad coming to Monrovia this time. That alone should tell you that the country is headed for trouble. Not only that, the political leader of ANC, Alexander Cummings, made a few recommendations, and one or two of them was the president needs to get in contact with next door Sierra Leone or the Ivory Coast and work out some type of possibility where they can send some road tankers to Sierra Leone and bring in gas just to help solve the problem. And we were told that they started the process. This is not confirmed yet, but I want you to look it up. They are saying that the Sierra Leonean government is not even allowing those tankers to cross over. They said, no, we're not allowing you people to come here in our country. to take our gas. Sierra Leone, we used to refer to people from Freetown as thief. Freetown man is a thief. Now we're going to them for help. In this day and age, let me say something to you that you don't know. Some of you, the younger folks. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf went through a crisis where there was no petroleum in the country. Within 2 days, the Japanese government dispatched enough gasoline and flooded the market to those selling gas, and that problem came to a halt just within 2 days. Under the administration of Charles Taylor, even though he didn't have an international bargain at the time, guess what? When people refused to sell gas, Charles Taylor got on the radio and said, by 12 midday, if you don't open your gas station, if you can't put your taxi on the street, then your gas station should remain closed forever. Within 24 hours, gas stations were open, taxis were seen in the street. Hey man, you elected Bobo for a president. Bobo can't talk, but Bobo can steal. Where are we headed? Habiba.
Yeah. The issue of gasoline in Monrovia, and let's talk about the entire country. One of the major importers, I'll talk about Total. Total is the only importer that got quantities of gasoline.
Total
but
is saying they're finished using all their reserve now. They ain't got nothing there again. They naked, nothing there.
Now that where it's about 2 days ago. That's where now government have become so embarrassed. As I speak, the little one that have been there is what now being distributed. So nobody looking for now to maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We don't know what's going to be happening, but there something need to be done about that.
Don't be scared to say this, Javier, because you're in Liberia. George Weah, that gas rogue. You know what George Weah did? George Weah, the importers had enough gas in the country. But you know, when we tell you about D-hole, cover hole, when we tell you about borrowing initiative, some of you can take it for a joke. George Weah instructed his people to go and dig hole and cover hole. You take the gas from the importer. The people had enough gas in the country. George Weah stole the gas with the option or with the intention of replacing the gas he stole. And you know how when you dig hole, you cover hole, and you hear me playing these players, you think that joke. Sometimes you got to wake up and smell the coffee. George Weah can't replace the gasoline right now. And that's why these people are suffering. Don't blame the importers. They did what they had to do. They brought enough gasoline in the country. But George Weah stole the gasoline. He borrowed the gasoline. He can't pay the people back. When we tell you say this president is useless, when we tell you say this guy is irresponsible, when we tell you say this guy does not know what he's doing, don't see it as hate. See this as reality. Go ahead, Abiba.
Yeah, the Commerce Ministry alone said that the issue of gasoline has not been major, but they begin to go through some of those documents. As I speak, the 12-man committee that was set up by the House went through many of those things, investigated. They found out that there have been some discrepancy. People are not being given the actual fact on ground. Documents that are being compiled are not being the actual information being provided. They've been misleading the public, even the Commerce Ministry giving false data. So that how the entire setback has come about, and the revelation have been there is no gas at all. And well, who took this gasoline or gallons of gas or millions of gallons? Where did it go? That's the biggest question, and nobody have answered, and nobody cannot be held liable for now as I speak. Nobody have been taken or named that this is the person who is responsible for that. So we left it as it is, and we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, so they can come and tell the public how did this million gallons of gasoline begin to vanish from the APRC, and how did it happen?
Thank you. And folks, that's the voice of Mr. Habiba Clinton. At this time, we want to play you the national anthem for both countries, after which we're going to bring you the lineup for Lone Star and Societal Ills, that we can play football at halftime. We need you to come in, call us, and see how you can help George Weah solve this problem. In the meantime, folks, let's play football.
Let people here come on nuts. Let the people that shut them more. When I tell you what you said, go. And you see that guy living up, that's how because you're not getting a job. Telling people actually are enough. Well, no, log at more. All the stars are the force of the critics. The only thing we see that wretches. They have to talk how the journal plenty. Then I work on a love you were bringing for 250 for iron. So, to Vita can you go pepper soup. The gas fire away and money coat. What? Proper.
And that's the voice of the strangers, Societal Ills. Let us now take a listen to the voice of the Republic of Liberia Lone Star. And folks, that's the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. No vision. They have no solution to the problem of Liberia. They are not thinking about being libraries or laboratories for people to learn. You remember back then when you visited the science building at the University of Liberia, where you saw live animals like crocodile, alligator, and fish, chimpanzee, and all those things. They are not thinking in that area. Our child gets up today, when you're 6, 7 years old, the next thing you know, we are ready to fue. We are ready to fue. Oh, the medicine are ready to fue. Oh, those are the kind of things that they think about in this day and age in Liberia. Folks, get ready as we bring you the lineups for both teams.
One money, baby. Number two money, baby. Oh, number three money, baby. Number four money, baby. Oh, number five money, baby. Number six money, baby. Oh, number seven money, winger.
And as soon as we get signal from Letty Brooks Rabbits from Information Avenue or Information Highway, we're going to bring her through. But in the meantime, folks, Landsman number 1 is the Senate. Landsman number 2 is the House of Representatives. The chief referee is the Supreme Court of Liberia. The Vice Commissioner is the U.S. Embassy. We have for you this afternoon, folks, as we go through the lineups here for both teams. Let us for one begin with the whole team. We have Central Bank. We also have Ministry of Finance, aka Samuel Toy, aka Leprosy Babon. We also have National Port Authority, aka Bill Twelve, aka Gorilla Foster Child. Then we have Ministry of Transport, aka Samuel Lowe, aka As Kesel in Chief. We also have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, aka Bessenga Finley, aka Sunshine Mate. Then we have Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Akaras Gray had the audacity the other day and said, Ashford, you might say we ever smoked opium together before. I said, Akaras forgot. On the mission in Cape Mount, 1985, 86, we were moved to Tottenham. Then downstairs we're there where you were living in that Entre Couché, in Africa's studio. It's called Entre Couché, where when you enter the room, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the bedroom, everything together. This boy that never used to brush his teeth. And today, and I don't blame them for supporting George Weah, because some of them never saw real life until they interacted with George Weah. So Akaras Moses Gray now. Opion King Kong is also on the field tonight. They will have Molba Molo, aka Liquor Talk. This is a man who said that George Weah will leave the country, go outside, and beg the people to help Liberia. In the event where George Weah gets money, he brings the money home and instructs Samuel Toy. I went and loaned my own money. This is not Liberian people money. Bring that money to my house. But how can they question George Weah? We have useless people in the House of Representatives. We have useless people in the Senate. What can they say to George Weah? They are all in this for themselves. They don't love Liberia, and they don't love the people of Liberia. And folks, I'm telling, because of this, we will continue to suffer. We also have the Ministry of State, Nathaniel McGill, and he's boasting everywhere. He said, I am the one that tied George Weah. Anything I say will go. And when in the event what they say about the president, he said, hey, president, man, anything I say goes. The agriculture ministry. This young lady is professional, but I feel sorry for her. Because with Nathaniel McGill, George Weah, Samuel Toy, all these people around this woman, they will do a deal hole, cover hole. You steal from Paul and pay Peter. Those are the kind of things they are going to be doing. And folks, I don't know if I told you, but if you just joining the program, Facebook has blocked me. There's no way I can share my own videos. And don't just enjoy the program by yourselves. Please invite a few friends. We have 187, 86 people watching right now. If each one of you share this video, you will triple the numbers. And the thing here is, if you missed the program, just know that on a daily basis, we can update our program via YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, you will just type in political soccer game, and you will see the previous videos. Okay, and while you're on YouTube, please hit subscribe to our channel, because in the long run, what this is going to do for British Radio is people will start advertising via YouTube, and that money that comes from there will help our staff in Liberia. Then we don't have to be asking you all the time to give our cash out. But we in the early stage now, so whatever little tools and you give us, whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20, we appreciate it. You don't have to be here, but you're here because you love Liberia, you love the people in Liberia. I am not going to disappoint you. George Weah does not mean well for our country. And we can't be cowards. We can't be sycophants. We can't come behind the scene and say, yeah, bye, man. And you don't show up to open it, tell him that he's wrong. Since you can't do it, somebody can do this. And please support those who have the balls to do this. Folks, I want to say congratulations to the sons or two of my favorite people. That is the sons of Henry P. Costa, Henry P. Costa Sr. and Hugh P. Body. And the sons, today Henry P. Costa Jr. turns 4 years old, and Hugh P. Body, Champ P. Body turns 6. I want to say congratulations to this young man. May God continue to bless them as they live to see many, many more birthdays to come. I know a lot of you might not all the time agree with Henry Costa, but Henry Costa has changed the dynamics of radio, not only in Liberia, but in the diaspora as well. Okay? And I think this young man needs some type of recognition, and we have to applaud him, but to give him thanks for what he's done and continue to do for Liberia. There's some of you who don't have the energy to research. This young man gets up and does that for you on a daily basis. And I think we need to commend him for that. So today we want to say congratulations to Henry Costa Jr. and Mr. Cham P. Body, the son of my friend, Hugh P. Body. He's in Liberia right now, doing some good things. We also have the Ministry of Gender, Forestry Development Authority, Ministry of Commerce, aka Wilson Topic, aka 2 left feet. When you have 2 left feet, you know you're crooked. When somebody say you're crooked at 2 left feet, it means get your own God, because correction part you inside. Zilka Wilson is also on here. Jefferson Coachy, Joea Secret Killer. The guy that George you had to send to do all his secret killings. And the folks, that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you to support the war crime code and the economic crime code, because these people need to be brought to justice. And that's just the lineup for the Liberia national team. And folks, let us see if we can bring you the lineup now for societal ills. You'll be surprised that we'll have a lot of players that we have on Grateful Cobra. We also have Strategic Marriage this afternoon, folks, or a D-Hole, Cover Hole, or Pion King Kong, White Tea, Black House, Cialis, Viagra, Beta Cola. Then we also have Papa Drink, Mama Happy. We have Koshia Cup, with Suruku Kukatondo. Oh, I'm telling you, a lot of players here this afternoon. And going down the list, folks, I'm telling you, we also have Drunker, aka Von Von. Then we have Unemployment, Hard Time, Allside Toilet, aka Liberia, Urgent Care, aka 14 Military Hospital, Pay As You Go. Liberia now, after losing her overdrive protection privileges, Liberia is considered now as Pay As You Go. Anything Liberia wants, then you gotta pay cash, because you don't have credit. You know, in the real world, like in America and Europe, you have to establish some type of credit. And in the event where you can't establish that credit, guess what? You'll pay cash for everything. Cell phone say you can't get it in your name. And this is where the things are right now for Liberia. We also have desperation. Liberia is so desperate right now. They would take trash and bring it in the country. Whoever thought that Liberia was going to be baking Freetown for Freetown Sierra Leone for gasoline? When we used to call the Freetown people thief man from Freetown. Today we're backing them because we have an irresponsible president. We have a president who does not love the country. We have a president who is ordered by himself. In this day and age, we're backing Freetown for everything. Then we also have drugs abuse. Drugs abuse is on the field this afternoon because you know why? George, we can't pay the immigration officers at the border. And we have several entry points in Liberia close to the border. Now the border patrol officers are saying the president can't pay us. So what we're going to do, when you bring $5, you will cross the border. When you bring $10, you will cross the border. When you bring $15, $20, you will cross the border because our family will have to eat also. You have a president who is ordered by himself. The man is dull from the chest above, but very smart from the waist below. George Weah feels that he the only person can sleep with 20 to 50 women in 2 to 3 days. George Weah, your nose won't die. They sleeping business, you let your nose soon die. Slow down with this living business. The not championship you 44 years old. So you see, woman here haircut. What kind of nonsense is this? And folks, it's time for some real tabella. The ball is now in the middle of the field. The ball comes to Alton Care. Alton Care looks around what he making. No, he doesn't. The ball comes to unemployment. Unemployment to drunk or aka Von Von. Von Von to not the Persequa. Not the Persequa looks around to pay as you go onto desperation. Desperation looks around to drugs and bills onto no light, no gas, and no water. No light, no gas, and no water looks around to Weabola looks around to between me and you doesn't get a better hand. The ball comes to George Weah, aka Gas Roll. Gas with George Weah, now see the gas. Hey, George Weah, that criminal, he see the gas. Now we can't get gas in there. When people are suffering, they come there, and the people that ain't like brother, they're covered the secret friend. They can't join in the street to tell George Weah to bring the gas back. George Weah stole the gas from LP. I see my people. The ball comes to George Weah, aka Gas Roll. When he make it, no, he doesn't. The ball comes back to me, myself, and out onto hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to the secret friend said the ball comes to misplaced retaliation onto murder to statutory rapist. Will he make it? The ball comes to retaliation onto sex for passing grade to presidential brown envelope. So presidential brown envelope to provocation onto witch hunt. Witch hunt looks around to monkey web baboon jaw onto Boyo. Boyo looks around to Bobo. Bobo can't talk but he can steal. Bobo to country look alike. Country look back to Bobo. Bobo looks around to border wide open. $5 to cross the border. $10 to cross the border. The ball comes to the return of the fugitive. The return of the fugitive. Jail appreciate on the death squad. Death squad looks around. Will he make it? No, the ball comes to incompetent 14. Incompetent 14 looks around to shake from the waist below. Shake from the waist below to sex for job. Sex for job looks around with him. Mattress on the back. Hang my curtain to thread on the needle with will he make it? No, the ball comes back to downstairs open tea. Will he make it? Then the ball comes back to presidential brown envelope. Presidential brown envelope looks around to ungrateful Cobra. Ungrateful Cobra to pay me we have to strategic marriage. The ball comes back to I like my business private. I like my business private to 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. onto D-Hole Cover Hole. D-Hole Cover Hole looks around to Akara's Gray, aka Opium King Kong. Opium King Kong looks around to White Tea Black Hat. White Tea Black Hat to Cialis to Viagra. Viagra to Beta Cola. Beta Cola to Papa Drink Mama Happy. Papa Drink Mama Happy to Koshiako. Koshiako looks around now to our place is 5. I gave you 6, aka Lulu. We got a Lulu president. Our place is 5. I gave you 6, aka Lulu. Lulu looked around. He double shovel. He gave it back to George Weah on the gas shortage. Gas shortage looks around now to the right scarcity. Folks, I'm telling you, if we don't take time in Liberia, today we're talking about gas, but we'll soon start to complain about rice in that country. No score to either side. No score to Liberia and no score to societal ills. We are bringing you play-by-play discussion this afternoon at the Samuel Kayando Sports Complex in Pinsville. Folks, I'm telling you, let us continue to play football.
No sake for victory. No sake for victory.
Back to the field of play, the ball comes to economic sabotage. Economic sabotage to lies. Lies to rhetoric, aka rhetorics. Rhetoric looks around to theft of property. Theft of property looks around to criminal conspiracy and misapplication of entrusted funds. Misapplication of entrusted funds to ghost employees. Ghost employees to power theft on the D-Hole Cover Hole. D-Hole Cover Hole to borrowing initiative. How can you borrow something that does not belong to you? And in the event when you borrow the stock, you don't tell me that you're borrowing the stock. My people, don't blame the importers for gasoline in Liberia. They brought the products in the country. We have enough products in the country. But guess what? George Weah instructed LPRC to take the product. And you know how when you take from Paul and pay Peter later? They call it George Weah chose a Samuel Toy. Called a name called Borrowing Initiative. Eugene Nama came and said that D-Hole Cover Hole. Lord, take it now and we'll pay later. In the event, the National Port Authority Director, Managing Director, Bill Twawe, was on radio. And he said last year, he had a profit of $5 million United States dollars. And he said they are on track to make $7 million this year. And that's true, he made that, but guess what? It was not reflected in the budget. But he took the money, and guess what he did with the money? He sent the money to George Weah. he sent the money to George Weah. George Weah built Tuawe, stole the money to dredge the port. We have enough gas in the country, but because of what they did, we are suffering today. Ambulances are blocked. Right now, we have a national crisis right now. People will fall sick. And because they can't get vehicle to go to the hospital, we will stay there and die. I will tell you, George Weah is evil. George Weah is vindictive. George Weah does not mean well for that country. Maybe you think we're joking, but this is nothing to joke about. This man is extremely selfish. He's all about himself. In this day and age, they are torturing people under the leadership of George Weah, because he said that if you insult me, you will not walk freely in Liberia. And today they are shoving people, they are beating people under the leadership of George Weah, and he can't say anything. Do you think investors are ready to go to Liberia? Back to the field of play, the ball comes to D-Ho Coverhole. D-Ho Coverhole looks around to force promises onto wasteful spending. Wasteful spending looks around. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball goes offside. Let us see if we can make contact with Mrs. Rabbits. Mrs. Rabbits, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, Mr. Garley.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. Then tell us what you see around the field this afternoon.
I'd like to say thank you, and thank you to our listening audience. I'd like to welcome you all to the Ashford Garley Show, reachradio.com. At this time, right now, we have a few people chiming in. I'd like to read their comments before I tell you what's on the field of play, because the vendors are still setting up.
That's right.
But
Go ahead.
before I even go to that, I want to recognize our patron of the month, Mr. Emmanuel Decola.
Emmanuel Decola. And guess what? And the team in Liberia took delivery of the iPhone, and of course the Apple iPad, and with several other television equipment. And I'm telling you, British Radio will continue to do some big things through the kind courtesy of Mr. Emmanuel Decola. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Decola. I did see a clip today of one of our British Radio correspondents who was interviewing or going around watching the people with the struggle for gasoline. Again, this is a national security issue. I would like to welcome Ms. Miata Dakina, Ms. Cecilia Ajavon. Charlotte Roberts says, We also have Teresa Numa Williams. She said, I'm here, 30 minutes late. You're welcome. We have Charlotte Robert again. No, we have Agba Momolu. We appreciate you, sir. That's referring to you, Mr. Garley. We have Bayou Innes. We want to bless God for you, my brother Ashford. Charlotte Roberts, thumbs up. Alberta Dubber. Me, my own, I am an American living in Liberia. So I'm selling chocolate chip cookies, US dollars, $5 US. We have Johnny Shawu. Thank you, Mr. Garley. Abby Brima Binda. Hello, family. We also want to welcome you to our British Radio Cash app. If you're new to the show, the number is pinned at the bottom. Please feel free to support this initiative. We have Emmanuel Decula. I feel bad coming to Monrovia this time, he says. Yes. So we also have Michelle, Wonder Girl, Batwa. She said, are you highly appreciated? I'm sorry. She said, you are highly appreciated, Mr. Garley. We also have Dwayne Freeman watching, Mr. Matt Passima, and Mr. Amos George watching you. We have Emmanuel Decola, who also says, we are keen to kill, steal, and destroy Liberia. Miata Dakina. Today, I just talked to my friend who left for Liberia a few days ago, and she's feeling so bad about this gasoline situation in Mama, Liberia. She can't wait to leave Liberia right now.
Wow.
Mac Pessimist says, mud brain president. We have Jake Cassius Mazoo Jr. He says, we all know about the storage of gasoline in that country. Amos Tugbason. George, is a BM. Patricia Logan. The thing make me want to cry for my people. Sarah Putuwei. Mr. Garley, the gasoline that is in Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leone government refused it because it is not good. It's going to damage people, cars, engines. Again, is a dog criminal coming from Amos Toberson. We have Mika Ye. You tell them they will get it. Okay, and then I'll go around the field of play. We have few sales going on here. And I also like to welcome Miss Ricardia Jones, who is watching. We have Miss Mayton Clark. We have Patricia Logan again. And Miss Matilda Williams. She said, I'm here with the GB at gate 5, only for seditions. You gotta have something special in it. We're not gonna name what the ingredients, because if it's only for seditions, it's gotta be good.
And while you're at it, let me welcome Mr. Rachel Flan of North Dakota. And folks, I'm telling you, we appreciate all of you. And tonight, we want to also say a big thanks to Mr. Emmanuel Decola. He's the personality for the month. And Mr. Lammers Shepherd, he just got back from the Dominican Republic, and he's just visited the Cash App tonight. And our lovely sister, Miss Jessica from she has a Jessica show in Minnesota. She has a talk show as well. She just visited the Cash App as well. So folks, I'm telling you, the Cash App number is there. We can't do this by ourselves. We're now on the good side of the government, and we don't intend to be on the good side, because you know what, they're a bunch of criminals. We are not in the pockets of any politicians, because we don't know who really love this country, and we are doing this because of you. We are doing this because of you, and we can't do this by ourselves. It is not an easy task to go against the government as an opposition when you are in Liberia. Thankfully, we are in one of the best countries on earth, where we can put hands in our ass pocket and make it rain. So I am counting on you tonight to visit the Cash App. Any dirty water can put a fire, whether it's $10, $15. You make good use of the Cash App. I appreciate you for what you continue to do and what you have done, because at the end of the day, George, we are going to have to listen. If he can't listen, he's going to have to call it quits. And until he can do that, we will be on his back. I'm telling you, folks, those who are in Liberia and they think that Liberia belongs to them, we've got news for them. And Samuel Doe came, and people thought Doe couldn't leave. Okay, Taylor came, and people thought it was the end of the world. Ellen Johnson came for 12 years, ripped up the entire country. At the end of the day, Liberia is still standing. Liberia now has become a complete hopeless job. People come to America, you learn, go to Liberia, rip up the country. You come back to the U.S., Liberia is paying your mortgage. Liberia is paying your student loan. Liberia is paying your child support. What did Liberia do to deserve this? We ain't got no skyscrapers. People can't find food to eat. Kids can't go to school because of extreme grade in that country. Go ahead, Mrs. Rabbits.
Okay, I also have Miss Lord Bless Son Robert. She's selling gas at gate 10. We have Miss Gloria Ward, who's selling bikes at gate 5. You need no gas, she says. Welcome. And I just have also few comments and people that should be at the booth, or either in handcuffs. We have the NPA, we have LPRC, and we need somebody fired. That's the comment that's coming to the booth.
Okay.
My name.
Just
my
hold
name.
on. Let's go back to the field of play at halftime. We'll come back with some more comments, and then we'll also open up the telephone lines for people here in the diaspora to bring us some type of suggestion as to how we can help this president solve the problem in Liberia, because people are angry right now. Nobody knows what people are thinking. But let me tell you, in the real world, Mrs. Rabbits, when the Chief Justice showed up at a local gas station yesterday, had it been in the real world where people can get those things before they think, they were going to set his vehicle ablaze. They were going to burn his car. I'm not saying they were going to kill him, but they were going to burn his car. Now, you seen this happen in the Middle East. You don't play with these people when it comes to the human rights, man. Come on. But
Mr. Garley, can I even interject? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How does the Chief Justice come to and see and witness such chaos, or for lack of a better word, and he has no outburst? He has no statement, nothing. Is that a normal country? The Chief Justice of the country, who's in charge of what? Justice. Yeah, that's just an observation I wanted to point out.
All right. Thank you so much. Back to the field of play, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you this afternoon, and where the Lone Star of Liberia is going against Societal Ills, we have now the ball comes to Drunker, a.k.a. Van Von. Van Von looks around to unemployment to hard time to All South Toll. All South Toll looks around to 14 Military Hospital, a.k.a. Urgent Care to pay as he go on to desperation. Desperation breaks the ball. He double shovels. He beats 4 man, beats the 7. The ball comes to drugs abuse to no light, no gas, no water. And I'm telling you, the ball comes to useless president, aka Bobo. Bobo can't talk, but Bobo can steal. Bobo, gas roll, aka George. We have gas, we have that roll. You now see the people gas roll to Bobo. Bobo about to gas roll. Gas roll looks around to Weabola to between me and you. He make it no, he doesn't. The ball comes to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to me, myself, and George. We wants everything for self, aka George. We say, give me more time to steal. I love to steal from this country because the people in the country are stupid. Anything I tell them, they would dance for me. Then the ball comes to secret offensive onto misplaced retaliation. Then the ball comes to murder. Murder looks around to statutory rapists. Statutory rapists to retaliation. Then the ball comes back now to presidential brown envelope onto suppression. Suppression looks around to provocation. The ball comes to witch hunt. Witch hunt to Boyo. Boyo looks around to market where Baboon draw. Market where Baboon draw to country look alike, to country to be, country want to be. Then the ball comes back to border wide open. $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border. George Weah cannot pay the border patrol officers, so everybody is paying his or herself now. I'm telling you, the people come, you bring $5, you cross the border with drugs. You bring $10, you can cross the border with drugs. People are in the country with all kinds of drugs, cocaine, heroin, opium, you name it. I want you in jail high. You are 7th grader, or 7th grader is high when he goes to school in Liberia in this day and age. And George Weah, because he's a drug addict, and because he likes to ban airboats, so he doesn't even give a damn about most of the things that are going on in our country. Then the ball comes to the return of the fugitive. The return of the future looks around to Death Squad. Death Squad looks around to Shake from the waist below. Then to Sex for Job. The chairman of CDC, Mr. Molba Molu, said George Weah will give female jobs in exchange for sex. My people, how many women do you need as a man to make you come? George Weah, internet, no doubt. Then George Weah, man, yeah, what kind of woman business the man? You sleep with your friend and woman, and any woman you see now that logo you want to shave from the waist below. You door from the chest up, but from the waist below you smart. The man is so fast from the waist below, but he's slow from the chest above. What kind of man they will have as president of Liberia? Then the ball comes to my dress on the back. My dress on the back to hang my curtain to two men secret. They're not secret. Then the ball comes to thread on the needle. Thread on the needle to presidential Brian envelope. The ball comes to Johnny Tierball. Johnny Tierball looks around to sex for passing grades. Sex for passing grade. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to D-Ho cover hole. D-Ho cover hole to incompetent 14. Then the ball comes to Death Squad. Death Squad looks around to J. Approche. J. Approche to a fugitive. The fugitive looks around to Monkey Web Baboon Draw. Monkey Web Baboon Draw to criminal, presidential criminal Brian envelope. Primitive ground looks around to Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt looks around to statutory rapists. They're ripping the small girls now. Then the ball comes to me, myself, about to rapists. Rapist looks around to between me and you to Bobo. Bobo. Bobo can't talk, Bobo can steal. Bobo can't talk that he feet fast. He hand and chest low, but he left to steal too much. Then the ball comes to unemployment. Unemployment to hard time to Jungle, aka Vonvon. Vonvon to unemployment. Unemployment back to Vonvon. He make it no. Ladies and gentlemen, Drunkard is moving deep in the heart of the field to unemployment. Unemployment to Drunkard, aka Vonvon. Vonvon is moving to D-Ho cover hole onto Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong back to Drunkard, aka Vonvon. Back to Opion King Kong to Vonvon. Opion King Kong to Vonvon. Vonvon back to Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong back to Vonvon. Ladies and gentlemen, goal number 1 for societal ills. Goal number 1 for societal ills. Goal coming from the leg of Vonvon. Through an assist from Opion Kikon. 1 goal to societal ills and nothing to Liberia. And folks, that's how we came to the end of the first half.
Please play more soccer to be a triple champion. I play more soccer.
And as we go to the first half, we're going to put the number down where you can call and tell us how can you tell George Ware to change of come in and say something how we can bring gasoline to the country. At this time, we're going to go first to Mr. Habiba Clinton, and then Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts can come in as well. Mr. Clinton, the microphone is all yours.
Thank you very much, Ashford. Following up, in as much as we are on the ground and observing the play-by-play description, the most setback for us here is about how will we get gasoline on the ground. In as much as we are short of electricity due to some problem that comes, no transformer and other accessories that is needed or that are needed for electricity. In Monrovia and parts adjacent, some major areas don't have light, but we are completely focused on gasoline because it's impeding people movement and creating some problem. And not only the movement, but it's spreading the web, where you will find out that some people will be willing to want to use electricity domestically. They're not using LEC. They can't have the gasoline. People who are rendering services like barbing people, and that's where they get their ends meet from. They cannot because they don't have any means to get gasoline to use in their generator. So it's a major problem. It's not about just the movement of vehicle, but also having an effect domestically in the various homes.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's like to let you come in and tell us what you have in store for us around the field, and tell us who have occupied the booths. I know we saw eventually Mami Todd also around. She's in fact responsible to make sure that people who come around the field, you can't occupy 2 booths. You can't be from gate 1. You be selling dog meat and selling cat meat and selling snake at the same time. You got to sell one item. Go ahead, Mrs. Roberts.
Yes, Mr. Garley, I want to read a few comments. So far, the booth, I think Mommy is packing down because the booths are not occupied.
That's a good, thing. That's a good thing. That's what we want to hear.
So we just want to make sure that you all visit Mommy Evangeline Mommy Todd to let her know what you are bringing on the field and what booth you are selling it at. You can't just announce booths that are already taken or paid for by previous patron, because now we're getting people upset and we don't want to do that. But I'd like to read a few comments while we get the booths straightened up. From Sophia Johnson Mason, she said, "Tell me now, the giant, And then Ethel Innes says, they themselves are human. I don't know who she's referring to. Hopefully, she's talking about the seditionists. Ethel Innes, oh, it broke my soul. Okay. We also have a comment from Musu Sneller. She said, this game not easy tonight. Oh. We have Komasi Swa. She said, I'm selling gas at gate 10.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I like to recognize Miss Samika Kid Zuka Thomas. Just so you know, Samika, I am a fan of you. I've watched many of your videos, and you were doing such an awesome job, especially when you advocate for the disabled in Liberia. We want to take this time to say that big thank you for what you've done and continue to do, not only for Liberia, but the people of Liberia. Miss Mrs. Samika Kid Zuka Thomas, thank you so much for being part of the podcast tonight. God bless you. Go ahead, Mrs. Rabbits.
We have Elder James C. Bly Jr. He says, by the gas station near Susan Barry is in Congo Town. The late Robert Toe entertained us with these popular music played by the Giants.
Wow.
Disturbing the CJ suckers at the popular Musu spot. Anyhow, we are here at gate 17 eating tabagi and GB. I have been accused of violating the GB ethics by chewing it.
but Mr. Roberts, I don't know if you have been observing, because Mr. Sinful Roberts just said something. Now, people are not able to share the video because of the lack of gasoline. People can't come to the field tonight because no gas in the country. Everyone is struggling. It took Mr. Madison M. Kimmel 2 weeks to save the small gas he had in his tank. And today we're fortunate that Mr. Madison M. Kimmel is at gate 14 because he managed to save up his gasoline. And folks, let me say this to you. Facebook has blocked me. I can't share the video. And this program is not about me. It's about you and the rest of the folks. Again, the telephone line is open. The number is 248-979-1718. Back to you, Mrs. Roberts, from Information Highway.
Thank you, Mr. Garley. As we await your calls, we have Mr. Nolu Tumbe, who is watching from the Garden State. We have Miss Tenet Patricia Lewis. She said hi. We have also Miss Game Cooper watching from Toronto, Canada. We have Patricia Logan replying to Patricia. Eve Masale Madison, I'm right behind you. So I think she's in the stadium there behind somebody. And we
also have to have Mr. Clinton look this up. Mr. Jenkins Livingstone just said now that Wagnersville Estate gas is sold for $3,200 Liberian dollars a gallon. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I saw also earlier gas is being sold for $15 a gallon. Yeah, I'm not sure what that equivalent that you just read to the US dollar, but $15 that's 4 times what gas is sold in normal countries.
This is
but
crazy.
Anyway, we want to go to Miss Musu Snetter. She says, "Y'all move on the road. Country Giant is coming again soon." Think she's being a little sarcastic.
That's right.
Yeah. And we also have Tenant Patricia Lewis are just coming in. I think she was also struggling with gas issues. We have Evelyn Sia Sandy. I am glad today I'm off. No work for me. We have Florence Taylor who's watching from Minnesota. We have Miss Patricia Logan replying again. I think I read that. I'm sorry. We have Miss Louis Gongba watching from Trenton, New Jersey. Garden still is in the house.
Do you know something, Mrs. Roberts?
No, I don't.
I just ran into a group of angry Liberians Let us take a listen as to what they have to say. Listen to them.
Step down. We are suffering all. We need to step down. Come on, and we are step down. We suffering too much. We need to step down. Step down. We can't get here. We need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Nowhere to go. We need to step down. Come on, and we are step down. No money in the bank. We need to step down. Step down. Comfort getting people. We need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. To get full of war. We need to step down. Come on, and we are step down. Nigerian people suffering. We need to step down. Step down.
And Mrs. Robert, I get number one and singing this song. We have to stop them to take our microphone to them. Continue to read a few comments out there, Mrs. Roberts.
Okay, we have Mr. Jonathan Colon. He says we have chicken head gravy here with bateau. He did not say what gate, so I'm trying to inquire what gate he has that so I can inform the viewers. I have Miss Patricia Logan. Anybody eat it, they will die. I think she's referring to that special soup for that GB soup for seditions only. We have David Reeves. I'm watching from Fargo, North Dakota. And Payne, you were asking, is anybody reading your comment? No, I did not see your comment. Please repost.
And we also like to welcome Mr. Bob K. Bowley. Mr. Bob K. Bowley is, in fact, the technical director for British Radio. He was the guy that did the live video today in Liberia, and he decided to just pick up only students and those who were on the way to school. And Mr. Bowley, want to thank you for what you've done and continue to do for British Radio. But again, we are limited. We can't share the video. I don't know what we did to some of the people who frequent Facebook. For some reason, they have blocked me. I can't share anything until at least April. So if you're on here, please do us a favor. I'd like to recognize Mr. Steve Bowley and says speedy recovery to our friend and brother, Mr. Siku Kane. I know you have not seen Siku for a good while now. He's not feeling well. We hope that he recovers speedily, and want to also express our condolences to him for losing his uncle and his older brother at the same time. I would have Mrs. Roberts to read a few comments, and Habiba will come in, and folks, then we'll go back for the second and final portion of this game. Liberia is down 1-0. The first goal came from the leg of Von Von through an assist from Opion King Kong. And this game, the second half, nobody knows what's going to happen, because I'm telling you, with the shortage of gasoline in the country, everyone is angry on the field. I don't know what we did to George Weah. George Weah came to this country when people say, send the boat, people giving us a hard time, come and take control. The man gets to power. The first thing he started doing is to steal. George Weah, Bobo can't talk, but Bobo can steal. George Weah is empty from the chest above, but he's smart from the waist below. Go ahead, Mrs. Roberts.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Garley. We have Mr. Paul Smith. He's watching from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. We also have Miss Fayenne P.N. Joe. She said, I am here. We have Mr. Alston Carpe watching from the Garden State. We also have Miss Yacindi Martin Peye watching. You're welcome, all of you. Thank you for your time. And without you, this show will not be what it is. We want to welcome all of you. Thank you for your time. I have Mieta Dakina who says, Jefferson Gucci, Clown City Mayor, passing around in Monrovia and not doing his job by cleaning the city of Monrovia. What a big shame and disgrace on this George Weah unprofessional led government officials.
Thank you. And with that said, folks, we need to revisit the football field this afternoon here at the Eskimos Sports Complex in Painesville. We'd love to see a big welcome to Chief Derek Garley, the pastor himself. No, let me get it right. Dr. Chief Derek Garley. He's I was senator in waiting for Bapolu County in Liberia. And we'd also like to say a big welcome to Mr. Columbus Trocon Davis. He's in the building tonight. And folks, I'm telling you, the people say tough time, don't lie, tough people do. And I also see NPN say, all my comments, I say hello. So, Mr. Ashford, the giant Garley, thank you so much, our big sis, and we appreciate you for what you've done and continue to do.
Yeah.
Not for us. Hey, is that Habiba?
Yeah, let me quickly come in before back to the field of play.
Yeah, go ahead. Certainly. Go on.
Yeah. Due to this gasoline issue, I think we overheard that the Coalition for Democratic Change will be having a retreat, but this issue of gasoline, the hierarchy have postponed the retreat to March 7th, and that is predicated upon this gasoline shortage. And they are saying that they would be in solidarity with the Liberians. I don't know which solidarity they're talking about, because you cannot create the problem and then you see that you are not aware of what's going on. So that was unfolding down. Personally.
Wow, thank you. We also like to say a big welcome to Mr. William K. Glaze Sr. Welcome to the show tonight, and folks, let us now go back to the field of play. And that's where the ball comes back to unemployment. Unemployment looks around to hard time to please pay my way to pay as you go. Then the ball comes back to desperation to drugs abuse, onto D-Ho cover hole to Opion King Kong to Lebose Babon, aka Samuel Toy, Lebose Babon to Greater Foster Child, aka Bill Tower looks around back to pay as you go no gas, no light, no water. Then the ball comes back to Weabola big swap man puts over the team, the ball comes to Bobo can't talk, but Bobo can steal. Oh, then the ball goes back to gas roll. TV gas with George Red that roll. George Red nasty. All the people gas. And people, the country empty. No gas in the country. Gas roll. George Red that TV. My people, they may king to destroy the country. Then the ball comes back to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to me, myself, and I to seek offensive onto misplaced retaliation. Then the ball comes back to murder. Murder looks around to statutory rapist to retaliation. He moving deep in the field. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes back to presidential brown envelope to suppression to provocation, then to witch hunt looks around to monkey web baboon draw to boyo to country look alike. Liberia is not a country. Liberia is a country look alike. Then the ball comes back to border wide open. $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border, $15 to cross the border. Any number can win because the border patrol officers who find themselves working for the immigration can't get paid. They say George Weah is stealing all the money. And George Weah continued to enrich himself at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. This man claimed to be a millionaire. And we have stupidicians who are saying this man was rich before coming to the presidency. My question now to the stupidicians and to the Weabolians, why didn't he build homes? Why didn't he build a zinc shop in Southtown? George Weah waited until he became president to change the rules in Claretown or Gibraltar at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people, and yet you are telling us that this man was rich. I know when he opened King Lounge on 9th Street, George Weah had the old school nightclub on Kerry Street. George Weah also had the sporting store at the corner of Benson and Randall Street. Man, I know all these boys. George Weah intentionally came to Liberia, and because of his popularity, the people voted for him out of frustration. They see the bold people giving us hard time, so let us just give the presidency to this man. To you, the opposition, you have a perfect opportunity to unseat George Weah in 2023. That is if he makes it to 2023. The situation now in Liberia, with no gas in the country, my people, nobody can do this for you. You ain't see me taken by in bucket. No gas, no oil problem all over the world. They got oil all over the world. I can get over it. Yesterday I went to fill my tank. I wanted to pour. I already had gas in the car. I wanted to pour 25 out of there, and soon I reached 15 out. The gas started wasting. The tank was filled. I had to go in and say, "We'll pull the money back on your car." We have the surplus of everything here. When we say this thing, that doesn't mean that we want government jobs. We can eat what we want to eat, wear what we want to wear. We have option. But at the end of the day, when we talk for you people, then you think we're stupid. Then you think, oh, you're in America there and blah, blah, blah. You'll leave our country. What? Is that what you're saying? Today, I had the opportunity to listen to the Costa show where Henry was there with one of his deliberations. And folks, I'm telling you what I heard from this guy. Grown men are crying. Women now are wearing trousers in the home where the men are sitting down in this day and age. Men are crying. They want to commit suicide because they can't afford to feed the family at home. This is what Liberia has been reduced to in this day and age, folks. I'm telling you, only because we have Bobo for president. We had a Momo for president. A man that can barely read. This guy can barely express himself. And this is what Liberia got in this day and age. Folks, Liberia deserves better. And the only way things can get better, to you, the opposition, you have to hold together. Power struggle should be set aside. Greed should be set aside. Now, the way you are behaving in the opposition, we are beginning to question you now. Are you going to be any better than George Weah? So the Liberia country and that elephant me, anybody can get take their own. Is that what you people plan to do for Liberia? 4.5 million people in the country. The country is shut down. Liberia has collapsed because we have a president that does not have vision. People are suffering today in Liberia. When I saw the streets today, especially along the Maroonfield Ravensfield Highway, people were walking as if it was in 1990. The street completely empty. Where are we headed? Why every time we put a country person in power, we just go backward? When Samuel Doe came to power, they started raping and killing people because they were in power. Now we have another countryman in power now. They are witch hunting people. They are beating people because you call the president by name. When George Weah said on June 6 that he can defy you, nobody will insult the president and walk freely in Liberia. You saw that yesterday in the video image where they attacked this young man, shoving him, forcibly putting him in the vehicle. Only God one knows what they have done to him. And folks, if you think you call this a country, you think you can attract investors with this kind of attitude, then you complain that we in the diaspora are making it hard for you. You're making it hard for yourself, Mr. President, because you have no vision, because you don't love Liberia, you don't love the people of Liberia, and you think people hate you. Nobody hates you, George Weah. Charles Taylor had crashes in terms of gasoline, and Charles Taylor never had any international help. Guess what? Charles Taylor spoke. Charles Taylor was not bobo. Charles Taylor didn't shut his mouth. Charles Taylor got on the radio. He said, starting over again, it's gonna be rough. And Charles Taylor said, within 24 hours, I want to see you open your gas station. I want to see you put your Tesla on the street. If you refuse to open your gas station and put your Tesla on the street, It should be closed. Don't open it. Don't open it. And within 24 hours, guess what? Gas stations were open. Taxis were seen flying the streets of Monrovia. Ellen Johnson came, and she had challenges with gasoline. Guess what? Within 2 days, the Japanese government came through. And the next thing you know, fleets of tankers went out on the streets of Monrovia, and people started getting gas. When the Calono, the Bosa village, and then the Futa brothers, all those people started getting gasoline. George Weah, the man is very smart from the waist below, but he dull from the chest above. What do we do to deserve this clown as president of Liberia? Let us now go to the telephone line and see who we have on. 609, tell us your name and where you call from.
My name is Siaki Williamson. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Mr. Williams, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the show. How can we help you? Liberia is in crisis. How can we fix this gasoline problem? You have sycophancy on the field. You have murder, statutory rapists. You got Bobo. Bobo can steal, but Bobo can't talk. You got sex for passing grade. Market where baboon draw. Witch hunt. Border wide open, $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border, country local leg. But yo, all these players, the return of the future, their squad, incompetent 14, shake from the waist below. How do you respond?
Yeah, my response is that self-inflicted wounds is nothing much somebody who's standing by can do. What do I mean by self-inflicted wounds? 2017, 2.3 million people registered to vote. And there were about 14 political parties that went to the polls. And now, first round, all is said and done. And there was second round of voting. And 1.2 million people decided to go vote. And 1.1 million sat down home. There were 18 more with dry rice, chalk rice, jollof rice, tobogi. Whatever they had to eat on that Tuesday, they were home. 1.1 million people stay away from voting. They were so intelligent, they know so much that they don't know, but they sat home. And the 1.2 million people that went to vote, 30,000 decided to destroy their own ballot, so it was invalid. And it was 1,170,000 votes that were valid. And a young man who is in office, whether a young man or old man, I don't really know, but he won with 658,000 votes. Can you imagine? The total number of registered voters, but according to NEC, is 2.3 million people. But the winner of the election and the government that we got in place today is the outcome of that election. Got 658,000 votes that constitute 31.7% of the total number of the registered voters. Meaning you got 1.6 million people that either didn't vote or that voted against this guy. Can you imagine? But now the entire country, people blaming the tiny sedition that voted, that were committed from 2005, 2011. Their number was somewhere around 480,000.
Thank you, my brother. You got 30 seconds. We're going to go back to the field, please. You got 30 seconds.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say here is that self-inflicted wound, meaning like when people make their decision, they have to suck it. They got to go through it. Nothing. Don't cry more than the bereaved, Ashford. The Giants, don't give yourself pressure. You're a huge man. You about 6 feet plus. You weigh more than 200. Probably maybe you less than 200 now. But back then, I used to see you. You used to be a Radio Marvel. You're heavyweight. So the Giant name, you ain't just there on you. You earn it. So don't give yourself heart attack. Don't give yourself pressure. Don't cry more than a bereaved. Like
thank you, my brother. We appreciate you.
Talk it up.
Thank you so much. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
And I hope that the girls are getting ready. The diaspora advocates who call themselves the gladiators are getting ready. I'm talking about Vida Donan. I hope you all are getting ready for the soccer match between George Weah Sunshine Girls, Vida Agnes, or Pauline Maximo, all of you Conala girls. I know you can play kickball. You used to play kickball, but this time you're going to be playing soccer. The Celia Ashford and all of our hard-working sisters, I want you to get ready because the competition between you and the George Weah Sunshine Girls will be coming very soon. And I want to take this time to say a big thank you to my sister Pauline Maximo. A couple of weeks ago that I talked about my sister and friend Marcia Allen, who both kidneys were damaged when she gave birth to her son Elijah. And Marcia is in Kenya right now because of the irresponsibility of this president. We don't have a fitting dialysis machine in Liberia. She had to leave the country to go seek dialysis treatment in Kenya. And Pauline Maximo sent something to me, say, Ashford, I listened to you when you talked about Marcia Allen, so I want you to please send this change to her. In your book, it was a change, Miss Pauline Maximo, but when I spoke to Marcia Allen today, she appreciated you for what you did for her. You have no idea what you call change might take her a long way. And this is what this platform is all about. We build bridges, we don't burn them, we don't hit those who are in power in Liberia, and we don't hit the Liberian people. I will now go back to Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts and my friend and brother, Mr. Habiba Clinton. And I want Mr. Bob Bowley to call him. Today he was plowing the streets of Monrovia. He intends to go to New Georgia and Groville tomorrow, and he's doing this, and he intends to get pick up on the students. So, Mr. Bob Bullock, we are looking forward to seeing you call tonight. In the meantime, Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts, you are in what the place name? You are in the information, your own information highway. What do you have in store for us right now?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Garley. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. We have some hot time biscuits at gate 7 by Akbar Mamulu. And we have some sweet wine by Eto Innes at gate 18. We also have some juicy pepper color at gate 10. We have some mosquito curls by Comfort Abu at gate 4. And we have some dry grasshopper at gate 8. Please, as you're breaking, please come and patronize our different booths. We need your support. Our vendors are here. They took their time with this gas shortage to prepare for you. Some of them broke down. That's why they feel it's not as crowded with vendors because of the shortage of gas. So a lot of even the pimping guys have to stand in line for hours. I did hear Mr. What's the gentleman name you just called from Liberia? Mr. Bob Bowley interview few, young people walking. And even in these difficult times, people still will not give or complain. They don't want to seem like they're complaining about the government. I just heard, a gentleman saying, oh, you can't blame everything on the government. Who do you blame? Who do we blame? Who do we blame? So again, Liberians, we have to take responsibility. We have to call out. Nobody can cry out for you. You keep waiting for the international community. You call advocates, less busy. You talk, everybody that tries to seek your interest, you complain about them, but you will not complain about the people that are hurting you economically and however else you're being hurt. So, it's a sad commentary to hear the journalist trying to talk to people. As soon as he makes it known that he's live, then everybody change their tune. But again, it's a two-sided coin, because their safety is at risk, as well as we have seen that people are being witch hunted. So some of it we do understand, but you have to be bold. You have to, hold this government accountable. I heard Costa as well say, "Oh, my people, people calling Costa name. What Costa is supposed to do? Come and tell you to protest? Why? Why does someone have to tell you what to do?" Again, you are feeling the pinch of this situation. You have to cry out. No one can tell you to cry when you are the one in pain. So, Mr. Garley, this is where we have it. Our people have to own up to the responsibility, and there should be an outcry to punish somebody. This is the only country that no one is held accountable for blunders. In every other country or organization or businesses, for that matter, when you don't hold your share of the weight and you're slacking, you are let go, or there's a write-up on you where it's put in your file to reference for tomorrow. So when you have met the too many of those, something has to happen. Disciplinary action until you leave the place. But here it's like nobody's held accountable. One person said 2 weeks, the next person said 1 week. Who do we blame? Who do we hold? Who do the Liberian people talk to? Who do they believe? So that's my 1 cent, on this matter.
Thank you. And Mr. Brooks Rabbits, we want to say a big thanks to you. For your addition here that Bridge Radio, we appreciate it a whole lot. Despite the busy schedule, you take time out to be on your corners, to do this on a daily basis. That's a blessing. And look how you sound. The moment I heard you talk for the first time, I knew there was something special about you in terms of your creativity and in terms of giving back to not only Liberia, but for the people of Liberia, and the fact that we can have you come here and do this. Expose your talent and expertise. Liberia is proud of you. Edna Yates, we haven't heard from you in a long time. Miata Dakina, she said, "Thank you, Bridge Radio, for your platform." Let us now go back to Mr. Habiba Clinton. And let's see. No, hold on. Just before we go back to, Habiba, go on, Habiba. Please do.
Oh. I'm not getting you clear, Ashford. Hello?
I say you must speak.
We're speaking on national issues.
That's right.
We're speaking on national issues. We talk about the issue of Zolizo. You see, the Senate is taking another approach. But what happened there is like they are now liable or reliable most of the time. What's going on there now is has to do with the committee is completely divided. The members of that committee is divided. The committee on defense, and the majority are saying that the confirmation should not be passed, and while other people who are in caucus with the executive pushing for that Zolizo be confirmed. So it's a little bit tense thing, and we wait to see what's going to happen. So we pray that they will do the best for Liberia, not only for their own self-interest.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be on the show. on the Ashford Garley Live. It's a pleasure to be on the show. Unfortunately, our people in Liberia are suffering.
I'm so sorry.
And
I
Africa
was told you couldn't hear me, but ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we bring in Mr. Bob Bullet. Bob Bullet is, in fact, the technical director for British Radio Liberia. Please join me now, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome live on British Radio, Mr. Bob Bullet. Bullet, welcome to the show, and we're so glad to have you on tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daria, and it's a pleasure to be on British Radio Africa, and I'm overwhelmed to be here.
Okay, today we saw you on the Morovia Robertsfield Highway, and you gave us images of the streets of Morovia, and that alone brought back memories as if we were back in 1990. The shortage of gasoline in the country, this is not a joke, this is not a child play. Just fill us in. How is the situation in that country right now?
Okay, as early as yesterday morning, at around 3 a.m. in the morning, I was out in the street, around the Boulevard Junction and onward to the SKD Boulevard, around the SKD, the San Canado Sports Stadium, where you had NP gas station, and went on to the Robertsfield Highway around the Rehab. The total gas station there is just very close to the residence of the President George Weah. And what I saw there early in the morning, we had more than 1,000 people there, just waiting to be served gas selling. It was quite unfortunate to see people at
the internet business in Liberia.
The gas
country look alike, country to be
station around
country wanna be
2 to 3. They express their
we saw
they express their disappointment. Hello, are you there?
I mean, we yell.
Hello?
We yeah. Yeah, talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so most of them express their disappointment in a way, they are being treated. But from what I see, is that better in the very soon future, they expected the government now to take the
Well, thank you so much. That's the
decision
voice
with
of
respect to
Mr. Bob
schools,
Bullet, and of course,
for
folks, Bob
schools to be
Bullet
closed for now.
is the technical director for British Radio Liberia. Thank you so much for making your presence known, and folks, we need to go back to the field of play.
Everybody shake it for me.
Again, one goal to Liberia and nothing. No, one goal to societal ills and nothing to Liberia, folks. Who are bringing you play-by-play description this afternoon. Ellen, you heard that thinkers were on the way to Sierra Leone, and we just got information, not confirmed though, that the Sierra Leonean government refused to allow entrance to the tankers. Okay, and we're also told that within 2 weeks, gasoline will be on the market in Liberia. Folks, do you really think Liberians can hold on between now and 2 weeks before they can get gasoline? And this is not something easy that you all want to play with. Down to the field of play. The ball comes to statutory rapist to Bobo can't talk, but Bobo can steal. Then the ball comes to gas roll. gas roll, aka George Weah. George Weah has stolen all the gasoline from the importers. And the problem is not from the importer. The people took the gas in the country, but George Weah decided to do the whole cover hole. You steal from Paul and pay Peter. You took the people gasoline. Promised to replace the gasoline in record-breaking time. Now you can't replace the gasoline, and this is where borrowing initiative come in. How can you borrow something that does not belong to you? And in the even when you borrow the stuff, you don't tell me that you borrowed my stuff, and then when I ask you what happened to my something, you say I borrowed it. This is just not fair. Is this what the people voted for you for? I mean, this person has sticky fingers. Everything about him has to be associated with criminality. You came to power stealing, broke down your home. This is where I turned against George Weah. When he said corruption was not going to be tolerated in his government or in his administration. We know Ellen destroyed the country though. But I can't sit down and see how many houses Ellen has in Liberia. And you want to know what? The international community does not respect George Weah. It's because this man is a criminal. This man is a thief. The man is a thief, roll. Who does that? Why you can't fool the people small? Build the country from the time you get in the office to 2-3 years. Then when your fingers start to be a little sticky, then people will understand. No light in the country, no water. People are dying from preventable diseases. But you're the only person that enjoy in the country. You and a few friends. You're the only person that is dull from your chest above and very smart from the waist below. I mean, what do we do to you as a country? George Weah, I want you to answer this question. This man can barely express himself. Others who retired from soccer playing can be sports analysts. Now you wonder where the man who became world's best soccer player, European best, Africa's best, never played any major role as it relates to the World Cup, European League. Because what would he say? What would he ready to say to the people? Well, let us now go back to the phone line where we have Miss Ann Penn on the line. Ann Penn is calling from Willow Land. Ann, how you doing? Welcome to the show. And we're so glad to have you on tonight. As it relates to the World Cup, European League.
Yeah.
And please do not listen to the receiver. Listen to the phone that you're speaking in because we have a few seconds delay. So when you listen to the receiver,
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Welcome to the show.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, loud and clear. Go ahead, make your point.
Okay, you were saying, asking question, what can people do to help Liberia?
Yes, ma'am.
Or help our people?
That's right.
Mr. Garley, they need to help themselves. You see what happened to our people and our country. Everybody can't stay at the same place, the same time. A lot of us and a lot of you guys, Mrs. Brooks, you and all the advocates, had the opportunity to go out there, get an experience, and then share it. But Liberian people, our Liberian people, I don't know, something about us, if it is the jealousy or what, they never want to take advice from each other. You come and you are exposed and you see things, you learn it and you take it back to them, say, look, this is what is going on in the world now. We do not need to sit down and get this set of abuse that we are having. Other countries would not have been able to take what is going on now. But it seems to be like our people don't care. They only scream at the time the whip is on their back 1 or 2 times. After that, they are quiet. So we are so sorry, some of us far off, and we try because our siblings are there. We are hurt for them, but they are the ones supposed to take this lead.
you know, I watched something yesterday. There was a one of these minister or whatever car went to the gas station to get a gas. If it was in other countries, they would have never allowed that car to have been
That's
filled.
the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice.
They
was
would have
saying that
never
one of the local,
allowed that
service
car to be
stations
filled.
to get gas.
How can
Right.
Yes, I mean, we're not saying that they should attack them, but they should show themselves. They should show, look, hey, if y'all can punish us, we can punish y'all. If y'all can punish us, we can punish y'all. In the great Americas that we all are in, you see, people do not, they go to the constituency and whatever it is not right, the people will tell them, we're not going to accept that. They will get up and talk to them. But in Liberia, I mean, they will be saying, oh, you know, yeah, we did it. We don't know what to do. You think these, the Sierra Leoneans will allow the tankers to go into their country and draw all of their petroleum and come back? Huh? I mean, I know people say, oh, this is a river, Mana River thing and things like that. But the people said they're not stupid. They see what is happening. They see what is happening. It's so sad. It's so sad. We're not there, but our families are there. We have people that we're supporting in that country. So it hurts that when you're on the other side, you see this about your family or yes, your country, and you seem to even say, I'm part of that. To tell you the truth, I'm from that country. Because what are they doing? They just, oh, we got our pimps in, we're going, no gas, and they sit down there. Then they expect for you people to say, go and get on the street and tell the government or tell who is in power to take to be responsible. That's bad. That is bad. So nobody should blame it to say, what can we do? We can't help. You guys are helping. You're helping already, talking, telling them a hint to a wise is quite sufficient. And if they can't do it, what can we do not have the power to do? They have the power. They have the gamble in their hands, gamble, and they need to knock it down. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
It's so hurtful, right? It really, it's a disgrace.
Thank you so much, Ampin. That's Ampin calling from the Ocean State, Bilal, making her presence known tonight on British Radio Africa.com. We're on the internet, www.britishradioafrica.com. And I'm telling you that earlier we said to you, if you have a business out there that you want us to do some type of advertisement for you, and you know you're already part of the establishment, okay, of British Radio, all you have to just contact us, and of course we'll be able to advertise for you. We can also play the role as a voice-over production coach. We have media consultancy where if you want to establish a radio station, you want to build a website, we can do that for you as well. And that's what British Radio is all about. Just go to the website at www.britishradioafrica.com and just leave us a message, or go to our British Radio Facebook page and leave us a message as well. And that's all we can do for you as well. At this time, I want to go back to the telephone line, and I believe we have somebody on the line. I don't know why they keep doing this. My one phone can ring 2 different times. I don't know what's going on. So this person was just calling from Georgia, and to see if we can make contact with this person. In the meantime, folks, you're live on British Radio Africa.com. We're coming away from Detroit. This is what we're calling again. Very persistent though. Okay.
5962127 is not available.
Yes. Hi, this is Georgia calling from Austin, Texas.
Georgia, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You're live on the radio, Georgia. You're live on the radio.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, my husband is from Sierra Leone. Well, Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leoneans had that same problem last year. Last month. But they just had it for a week. Okay? So I was speaking to his niece today, and she told me just what that lady was saying. that they're not going to let you take a lot of the gas from the country. So I just wanted to put that input in there.
Okay, Georgia.
Okay, thank you.
I know the way your voice soft and that so your husband just be happy when you're talking. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Georgia calling from hello, 610-803-1720. Tell us the name of where you call from.
Hi, Mr. Ashford. This is your sister Rebecca calling from North Dakota.
Rebecca, I tried making contact with you yesterday, but I was not fortunate to get in contact with. I saw how emotional you were, especially when you saw the images of this young man being harassed. He was being shoved on the social media yesterday, and you didn't take that lightly. But anyway, welcome to the show. What is on your mind tonight?
Thank you so much. I will some of the things said even today I was on the show again to think about it. My brother,
I heard
my
you today.
own nephew.
You were extremely angry today, and some of the things, some of the Sunday school words you said, I can't even repeat that.
Oh yes, don't I go for base? I assisted the Prophet Kina from today on. I think that's the chapter I gave myself. But I was so angry. Meaning, my nephew, I raised that ball. Mr. Afo, I'm telling you, he has not spoken to me for the past 2 years because he was seducing in for job here. He left his property day before yesterday, and he tried to contact me, but no way. I refused to answer your phone because I don't want no problem. Yesterday, he called me to apologize to me, for the 2 years that he had not spoken to me, 2 years because of Jawia. But he ashamed of himself. Jawia let him down, and he confused, and he don't know what to do. And for that reason, he called me to tell me he's sorry that they can't wait for 2023. They will make sure they're young, very young. My nephew, very young. I raised him before I came to America. Okay, 2 years he did not speak to me. I said that child that I sent to school, that boy insulted me because of Jawia. When I started telling him, you don't vote for the man here. Even though we all like him, he play football, but the man now wants to be president. He now said, you don't vote for him. That boy asked me up. The two I'm telling you. So that boy called me yesterday, and then before I saw that video, and the thing that set me up. I don't come on Facebook to do nothing crazy, but it set me up, man. I cursed until I couldn't know how to curse. Even today again, I cursed again. I said, you know what? Today will be the chapter. I'm closing the chapter. Oh yes, I'm not cursing again. I'm done with it, and I expressed myself. He killed my cursing, my happiness. All that uncle everything came out of me yesterday and today, and I'm done with him. I leave him with God. Well, thank you so much for the show, my brother. As always, I'm watching. I will never stop watching the political game. I'm going to keep watching it. I'm going to keep supporting this show. It's encouraging some of us. And I watch every time I watch it, I get happy. So thank you so much. God will bless you, my brother.
And again, Facebook has blocked us. We don't have the option to share the video. So if we can do that, that would be good for the show as well. And another thing here is those who makes the program can go on YouTube and just type in political soccer game. And they will have the opportunity to see all of our previous radio broadcasts. So that's another option to do. And one of the benefits for you sharing the video or going to YouTube and subscribing to the video, what this would do for us is YouTube will start to advertise on our channel, and then we'll start to get some type of money, and that money will help sustain our brothers and sisters back home who are part of Brace Radio. And this is just a small team that we established, but we want to incorporate, want to make sure that people come on board. So at the end of the day, we can have people trained professionally as it relates to radio and television, not only in Liberia, but in other parts of the world. That's what we call Brace Radio Africa.com. Thank you so much, my sister.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
And I want to go back now, just before we conclude again, we are into injury stopping time now. Let me bring in Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts, who is in fact on information highway to bring us up to speed as to what is unfolding now. Mrs. Roberts. There you go. She laughing.
Mr. God, I'm laughing because I have to unmute myself, and so every time you do that, it makes me laugh. I don't want you to be hearing all the background noises. Sometimes right. I have to move around and do other little things.
Okay, go ahead. We're listening to you.
But yeah, we want to say thank you to Miss Ann Payne for lending her voice, and of course Miss Corey. She's a very, very outspoken advocate. This is a team effort. It takes a village, they say, to raise a child. And we who want change, we have to be the change that we want. So the people who sit on the sideline and either enjoy what we do, but prefer to be neutral, the very Bible that we all, read in every day, the God that we serve doesn't like you to be lukewarm. He wants you to either be cold or hot. So I prefer that you're cold or you're hot, but you can't be in between. So thank you for all of you who lend your voices to this course. Okay. Again, Bridge, go ahead, take your call.
Okay, we need to go back to the phone line. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you call from.
How you doing, Mr. Garley?
Well, too blessed to be stretched. What is your name and where you call from?
Loli, my name is Burr. I'm calling from Cedar Rapids in Iowa.
Okay, go ahead, make your point, my brother. You're live on the radio.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Garley. You guys on the radio, the advocates are the Messiah of the Republic of Liberia. If the child doesn't listen, the child feed the weight or whatsoever that comes on his way or her way. You guys are not a black murder, neither any of us who sometimes see and speak in the ears of our society in Liberia. Costa said it a long time ago. Because of people, the ruling party hatred and hate against the advocates, they never listen. You see, Brother Garley, when I see you, I sit and think that you are one of the Southeasterners. Samson too. Sometimes a fanso soul can be balanced in some other way, but sometimes he can show his Southeastern side. We are all warriors. The Nibalian, the Nigerian, the Grebo, the Sapo, we are all warriors in Liberia. We came from a warrior's background. But sometimes when people look at the truth and deviate from the truth, it hurts. I can see a lot of seditions. A lot of seditions are my friends, but they don't see what is happening in Liberia. As you correctly said, 1999 or 1998-99, when there was a gas shortage in Liberia, Taylor spoke. Why is this president not speaking? Even if you mumble, even if you can't talk, you can't get up one morning and say, look, ladies and gentlemen, my name is gone. My legacy is gone. Even Dr. Weir had over how many awards? That awards means nothing in his presidency. Football legacy is not a correct legacy. It's a correct legacy, but when you are leader of a country, that all your friends around the world that you play with, they say the man became footballer, he became a legend, he became whatsoever he wanted in the world, but he was president and failed his people.
And just hold on 1 minute. Miss Silla actually understands she has free drinks on her tonight in VIP. Dr. Martha George told is also here in VIP tonight. Want to say the big thanks to the Honorable Senator Emmanuel Toll that in VIP as well. Go ahead. You have 60 seconds because we need to go back on the field of play.
Okay, thank you. 60 seconds and 1 minute. So I see you people as my hero. More especially, I will call him my son because he and my daughter of the same age, 37. I'm 55, going to 56. He and my daughter are in the same age, Henry Koska, the Messiah. Somebody who speak and it happens. You know, Mr. Garley, you guys are giving gifts from our Heavenly Father. Joshua in the gift was a football, to play football. Henry Koska in the gift is to tell you what's going to happen 3-4 months to come. And your in the gift is to do our football show on the field. I don't have no type of gift. I don't have no type of gift.
So the year pay me no clown, and the year do football game. Now what government on you know you do football game for you to laugh, right?
Just for us to feel good and know what happened in Liberia.
Oh
Look,
God.
my son, thank you, my brother. Loli, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Back to the field of play, the ball comes to Ungrateful Cobra. Ungrateful Cobra to Baby Weir. Baby Weir to Strategic Marriage. Strategic Marriage looks around to oh man, I let my business private. When you make it, no, he doesn't make it. The ball comes to D-Ho Cover Hole. D-Ho Cover Hole looks around. When he make it, no, the ball comes back to economic sabotage. Economic sabotage to theft of property. Then the ball comes to criminal conspiracy and misapplication of entrusted funds. Then the ball comes to ghost employees to power theft. Power theft to D-Ho Cover Hole. D-Ho Cover Hole to borrowing initiative. That is what going on now in Liberia. George, we are stole from the importers. And then he called it borrowing initiative. The importer will call the next morning. They can't see the gas. The whole country has collapsed. And George Weah is sitting down. They got Big Bobo or Big Momo. He can't say anything. Then when they asked Simon Toy said that borrowing initiative. When they asked Eugene Nangwe, he said that D-Ho Cover Hole. You steal from Paul to pay Peter. This is what Liberia is going through now in this day and age. The ball comes back to wasteful spending to witch hunt to tribalism. Then the ball comes back to police brutality to sex for job. George Weah will sleep with you. In exchange, he gives you job. That I mean say ill. The chairman of CDC, Mulba Molu, said that George Weah will bring these people. And that's how most of these people got jobs in the country. Most of these people, that's how they got jobs in the country. You know, and let me just go through to bring you up to speed as to what is going on in terms of sex for job. There's a lot of people that are benefiting from sex for job, and people that they don't still actually found that Pauline, Maximo, and the rest of the folks, you have got to be very careful because this sex for jobs here, they're not easy. And let me just go through the list of some of the women that you'll be going through, because the Sunshine Girls of George Weah and you, the gladiators, you have got to be very careful, because when you talk about female tactic picking, that's what you have on the team of the Sunshine Girls for George Weah. You have Cloud Weah, who is the captain and coach. Piso City Tar, who is Opion King Kong's stepsister. Safua May Gray, Emma Glasgow, Nora Fina Bondo, who is George Weah overnight handbag. And you also have Joa Nancy Cassell, Polito Wee, Polito Wawe, Polito Kawate Wee. Then you have Abigail Wise, Lydia Sherman, Dino Nemo, aka Ice Cream, George Weah Plato. You also have Mama C Kaba, Memona Carr, Nimane Pearson. Nimane Pearson, when you're a woman, then you're a friend. But because of a connection to other fine girls, she'll go bring 3-4 girls there. They put them in the room. George Weah get there. Other than they take out their clothes, then they start playing tatty. That Nimane Pearson on a job. You also have Princess Tukla, Estelle Liberty, Titi Gipro. Erin Cochran just getting in town. She has already taken over. The Erin Cochran girl you see, so she says she's 47, I know she 47, but she looks 60. She says she fine for 47. Who told you say you look 47 years old? The woman who stole from Liberia, they brought her back in the country because look, I gave it to her. She's smart from the chest above, and she's also smart from the waist below. She know how to work her things. So Ellen Cochran now is in town. She's dealing with people. What minute? Joshua is here. Then McGill is here. You know McGill is so unsophisticated. When he see a woman, soon the woman started to speak Siri, then he open his mouth, still space start driving from his mouth. So Ellen Cochran, that girl, he not see now the Ellen Cochran. So with the coming in of Ellen Cochran, I'm telling you, what are you laughing for, Mrs. Roberts? Go ahead. Yet tell what you laughing for, Mr. Robert. You got time. Go ahead.
I'm laughing at spit dropping from mouth. What?
I tell you. Man, you know they get tongue slippery now. You know, yeah. They like remember the series. You know when you speak proper English, they put us that series. Then Joey got here. It two goal man on the field. That's the fun part of the cheering squad. Yvette Freeman and Jemima Woodcoli. Now old school girl now, but don't try that. They can also try to straight from the waist below. They say the young girl not living in the end. Then you got my one and D's. My one and D's is George Weah. A travel package, and they will soon make her a foreign minister. You know, my one day myself will come at the same time. We are in Detroit. You know, my one and day. Yeah, I want to. But then we got Black Waterbird, Mona Youngblood is also on here. Look, back in the day when you were a single young lady coming up and you made mistake. When B-man sleep with you and you bring baby, you be sincere to tell people, but this time it wastes. This time the women are so brave, they can be fighting your wife and all now. Look at Madela Cooper, somebody who's supposed to be educated and civilized. She passing all around. Oh, I draw we have very man. I draw we have very man. They kind of going through it in that country now. No respect whatsoever. Jackie Appiah. Jackie Appiah make sure she brought her little brother to play for crew, a grand crew. Ain't you Thomas Appiah? Jackie Appiah little brother. Joshua Jeb made one call. Jackie Appiah little brother came and started playing for grand crew. Then Josephine Davis. Shopping sprees. Josephine Davis. In this day and age, she's still rubbing top clear and skin success cream. Yeah. There you go. We see trouble. Back to the field of play. The ball comes back to D-Ho cover hold. D-Ho cover hold to Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong to White Tea Black Heart. White Tea Black Heart to Ciala to Viagra. Viagra to Beta Cola to Papa Dream Mama Happy. Papa Dream Mama Happy looks around. He make it no, he doesn't. Folks, I'm telling you, our place is 5 and give you 6. You got whole president of the country telling you our place is 5. Then I gave you 6. Then when I chest the ball, you chest it back to me. AKA Lulu. AKA Bobo. AKA Gas Roll. Then the ball can stay. What did we do to George Weah to deserve this? And then when you say these things, the people say you hate George Weah. Folks, that's how we came to the end of the game tonight. One goal to societal ills. Goal coming from the leg of Von Von. True an assist from Opion King Kong. With that we allowed my man Habiba Clinton to give us his parting comments. We'll go around the room to Mrs. Roberts. Then we can call this a quit for the night. Mr. Habiba Clinton, your parting comments, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ashford. The infotainment program in the spot with a performance that can reduce some of the stress that one may be experiencing, more especially kind of tough time that we find ourselves. So we'd like to just say keep it on, and also those who've been contributing to Beach Radio, we want you to continue on, and we commend you for your hard work and also your listening role, and we'll always be in by your side. Let me just put it that way. We'll be by your side always, giving you the update about unfolding, in as much that we have surveillance journalism ongoing nowadays. This issue of the new model of mass communication. People give their own news, analyze it, and give you some update about that. We'll do the best we can to give you the factual aspect of our presentation. Thank you.
I want to say a big thanks to you for what you've done and continue to do for British Radio Africa. May God continue to bless you, and my regards to your family. Mr. Habiba Clayton, thank you so kindly. And
thank you.
Let us now go back to our lovely friend and sister, the newest addition to British Radio Africa, Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts. Letty? Here you go. Mrs. Roberts?
Are they talking? I don't get hear me. I didn't know I was on mute.
Yeah, you were still on mute. Go ahead and
okay. Yes.
Give us
no, I want
to. But just before you do that, you know that today's program has been brought to all of you that the chief patron of the month, and you can go around, take a few minutes to go around the room and see, because I know Scylla Ajivon says she had few free drinks for folks there. Favor Howlett is saying that she came late. She's eating tabagi with snail right now. And go ahead and give us your partner comment, Mr. Asik K. Kamara. You said what can happen to McGill when he sees women? Oh yeah, either open him up and speak and be driving from him up. Asik, yeah, go ahead, Mrs. Roberts.
Yes, thank you.
Series.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garley. In conclusion, I heard you talk about Magdalena Cooper and as Joshua's baby mom, but I just want to give her kudos because there's so many women in the government or around the president, and as I had a conversation with you, where women are, their voices, they speak senses, they or sense to whomever the leader is. So either this man is not listening to these ladies or he just doesn't care. But I read an article where Magdalena Cooper spoke to the media and she talked about the issues in the society. There's so much economic wars going on and this president is only focused on the roads. So I want to give her kudos for pointing out, standing up or speaking out, for lack of a better word, when all the other ladies sit there no matter what issues, and they say nothing to it. So we have to give her credit for that. And last but not least, I also wanted to speak about the comments from the APM terminal today, where they try to blame the APM terminal, and APM terminal came out and embarrassed them. They said, no, we're not responsible for the terminals. We wish to draw attention to the Liberian public to a statement made by the managing director of the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC, during her press conference on February 10th, 2020. The statement alleged as follows: that due to APM terminals rescheduling of vessels at the National Port Authority is why there's no gasoline, just to sum it up. And that's just so embarrassing that, they would like to take a whole company. This company comes from the U.S. Not that they are the best, they have their flaws, but why is it these people always trying to shift the blame to someone? Own up to your mistakes. That's what we're asking this government. Speak up, tell the truth. No, we don't know what we are doing. We need help. That's simple as that. But in part, I want to say thank you. I came here for the music and I stayed for the commentary. Mr. Garley, the giant, I appreciate you. Thank you to our listening audience, to our gentlemen, in Liberia. Continue to speak, to look for the truth, but of course, your safety comes first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Yo, hold on. We're gonna go in the back end when the show finishes, right? So don't drop it. Jared and I will find you tonight. So hold on. We'll go at the back end later on. And I want to say a big thanks to Mr. Jack Norman. Mr. Jack Norman is one of Liberia's hottest international DJs. For all your parties, wedding receptions, there's only one person that you can call. Mr. Jack Norman. In fact, he was the producer. All the songs and you heard tonight were through the kind courtesy of Mr. Jack Nerman, and we just want to say a big thanks to him. And folks, having said that, please remember to smile. This is something I picked up from Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie was a writer. He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he wrote a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. A business person or the store owner who doesn't smile, you don't have to open your shop. Smile. You know, smile is one thing, but then call people by the name. And if the name is a very unusual name, then you can even ask the person, say, excuse me, how do you say that name again? So if your name is Koshiako and I say Kosiasi, it means I'm mispronouncing it. People get hurt when you don't say the name right. My name is Ashford. Sometimes people call me Ashley, and I'll stop right then and I say, no, I am not Ashley. I am Ashford. Calling people by their name, they can stop everything, and it'll make you to know that. You already know that. You know, hi Jack, how you doing? Hi Lady. You know, hi Habiba. Calling people by name, it just makes you think that you people are family. And then don't just be the talker. Give other people the chance to talk too. Because everyone loves to be heard. You can't just come in the room and you want to do all the talking. At the end of the day, it's all about you. For example, you go to Florida and you meet somebody and you tell the person, say, I just went to Florida. And you say, how was Florida? Oh, I went to Florida. I really enjoyed Florida. When I was there, I enjoy everything about Florida. And you know, when I was also there, I went on the beach and I also went to the best restaurant and blah, blah, blah. You know, now it has become all about yourself. Oh, Florida is a beautiful place. This is a place that you need to go and check out. You will really love it. They have a lot of beaches there. Beautiful women. I mean, the restaurants and of course the bars. You will really love your stay in Florida. Don't make it all about yourself. That alone can get make people think that you're all about yourself, and that's it. Don't do that. Sometimes you have to tell somebody thank you. Be genuinely interested in other people. Don't make this all about yourself. You know, lend your listening ear to the person that you're speaking with so they can know that you're really interested in them. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to hear you just talking about yourself. Why can't you give the other person a chance to talk? And lastly, before I close tonight, sometimes in life, according to Jim Rohn, say no to people and don't feel bad. Somebody calls you up and say, hey, I need a few bucks. And you don't tell them say no in a way that you make them feel bad. You can tell somebody no and don't feel bad. You say, I don't think so right now. But if anything changes, I will call you. What is the best number to reach you? You just told that person no. Because you know that they got always coming and tell you, say, give me $5, give me $10. So this day he came now because he just see now as a money trade. He said, can I get $15? I said, no, I don't think so. Right now. But if anything changes, I will call you. What is the best number to reach you? You just told that guy no. In a very professional way. But the guy would go home and say, well, you say you will call me if anything changes. In an event where things don't change, you don't call him back. And there's a way to shy away with people with negative news. How do you do that? Somebody called you with negativity. And you tell them, say, I'm so sorry. My job is calling me. Can I call you back later? You just told that person that why he's telling you don't make sense. And to get rid of him, you can't tell me, say, my man, don't bring that negative news to me. Don't say that to him. Hey, Daniel, can I call you right back? My boss is calling me. My break is over. My wife is calling me. I have to go now. I will call you back later. That's how you do away with negative information. And folks, God willing, we will be back tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. Until then, please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. The heart of a man is never known until he rises. And there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from bathing bucket. When God bless you, don't say that medicine. This has been yours truly. Ashford the Giant. That now you know me. One copy. Garley. Have a good night.
Kaya pepe, 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 kaya pepe.
That's my twin, you know. Good night, folks.